Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Core Plus. Patrick here, Bettering Your Back Personal Fitness. Everyone's having a great Thursday. Core Plus, where we target the core, which isn't just abdominals. It is the abdominals, but also the lower back, the hips, the chest, and those deep abdominal muscles that we don't see, those stabilizing muscles. And the plus portion of the workout are those smaller, often, I won't say neglected, but maybe just not given the attention that they maybe deserve or need, because these smaller muscle groups help support movements. They give us stability, help with mobility, maybe give a counterbalance when we need to. So we want to work those muscles when we can. So you need yourself, obviously, medicine ball if you have one, or weights if you have them. I'm going to also be using a little bit of my Liebert Fat Bands, one of the 3 functional assisted training bands from Liebert Fitness. If you don't have one of these, you can use a towel or a skipping rope, a roll-up shirt or something like that. Anything works too, or even just yourself. And you'll see as we go through how you can use those. It's on the stairs, son. On the step. So again, if you don't have any of those things, just yourself is just fine. We always need to move that body. And I'll give you different options for things as we go through. So just give me a little march here. Come on, Jen. Good morning. Those feet moving, get ourselves warmed up here. A little step touch. Great stuff. Here's 4, 3, back to that march here. Heel tap to the front. March it up. Back to that step touch. Here we go. Good. 4, 3, back to that march. Getting that body temperature up, that heart rate up a little bit, getting that mind muscle connection nice and sharp, fired up, so it's ready for us in the workout here. And that heel tap one more time. Heel, try to really reach that heel forward. Good. Just trying to lengthen out the back of that lengthening leg, calves and hamstrings. 4 more times. Go 4, 3, 2, 1 more each side. Here we go. March it out. Great stuff. Give it a little squat, down and up. Drop down. Come on up. Sit back. Stand tall. You're getting these big leg muscles moving. Legs and glutes, our biggest muscle groups in the body. That's going to really help that heart rate get up, that body temperature get up. Good. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1 more time. Little calf raise. Heels up. Heels up. Place them down. Heels up. Place them with the control. Good. Up. Down. Good. 2 more. 1 more time. Let's step it wide here. Give it a little lunge. Side to side. Good. 4 more times. Go. 4, 3, 2. 1 more each side. Good. Come on up. March. Give me a nice big shoulder roll back. Last couple things here to warm up. Let's switch. Roll forward. Let's switch. Roll back 1 more time. Set those shoulders. Bring the hands up. Push forward. Pull back. Think chest, upper back. Chest pushes. Upper back pulls. Good. Now push overhead. Press up. Pull down. So now think shoulders, upper back. Shoulders, upper back. Good. 4 more times. 4, 3, 2. 1 more time. Bring it down. Relax. Good. Shake it out. Great stuff. We're going to start with a little bit of core stability and a little plus work for the upper back of the shoulder. So I want you to grab that fat band or that strength band if you have one. Even if you have more traditional style, the fitness tubing or bands with the handles, that's fine too. You just grab those and hold them in the middle. Mine's anchored to the post, so because I don't need it for today, but you can just untangle it and hold it in the middle just like you would with this. So I really want to focus on, again, is core activation, getting those muscles to fire, those deep, again, abdominal muscles. It's not just those six-pack abs you want to flex. Those deep muscles will give us the stability and the support. And again, we want to work some endurance and activation in the back of the shoulder and then through the upper back. So we're going to think feet hip width apart here, slight bend in the knee. We're going to start with just the core activation. We're going to break each thing down once on its own, and then we're going to put them together. So I just want you to inhale to prepare. So as you breathe in, your belly button scoops up and in, your pelvic floor lifts. This is if you're going to the washroom and you stop partway through. And then as you exhale, maintain that contraction. And just hold here for a few breaths in and out. A reminder, if you don't have one of these, you could use a towel, a small blanket, again, like maybe an extra t-shirt around or a sweater. You could roll it up and use it. You won't get the pulling, but you'll get that muscle activation, and that's good too. We do want that. And again, if you don't have this, you can just take your body through the range of motion, and the range of motion is your focus. On your exhale, slowly release that contraction. Did you keep it the whole time? Maybe, maybe not. Typically, this should be an automatic thing for us. That's where our movement should initiate from. But a lot of times, because we have to sit a lot, maybe aren't as active as we used to be, it starts to get a little maybe dormant or just less efficient. So we want to bring that back. So that's the core activation. And through the day, and in a lot of classes, you'll hear me say, inhale to prepare. That's what we want to do. We want to make it so, again, it's just a little more responsive to engaging before we move. Now let's focus on the upper back slightly. So again, with your fat band, if you have different thicknesses, you can grab just one. You can double it up if you need to. Your choice. We're going to go out in front nice and long, set those shoulders. And what to think of is, again, inhale to prepare. Even though we're not going to target that, I still want to practice it. We're going to come out and back in. Good. Out and back in. So we kind of combined them earlier, but I just want to get into that core habit as much as we can. So again, if you don't have the fat band, you could have your towel and think of pulling into the towel, release, pull, and release. Again, it won't move a ton, and you won't get the pull back, but you'll still get those muscles activating. If you don't have anything like that, you can just start here and again, work on big range of motion. Try to get out as far as you can, keeping neutral spine and coming back in. That would be your intensity, building that big range of motion. So that when you add resistance, the range of motion will shorten because it's working harder, but then you can build through that range to that range of motion because you know how far you can go. So you can work towards it at least. Good. And again, back of the shoulder, upper back working here. Probably going to tire quickly. Usually I do some lower body something first, but just shaking things up a little bit here. So that upper back of the shoulder area, especially, may fatigue quickly. Small muscle groups. Good. Let's go two more. How's your core bracing? Is it still there? Re-engage. Good. Let's come up and then control down. Shake it out. Good. We'll give that a quick second to recover. We're going to go one more set. Again, really focusing on the activation and the band moving. And again, I want you to try your best to maintain that bracing throughout the exercise. If you find you lose it, it's okay. Just bring yourself down out of the exercise, reset, re-engage, and then come back up and continue on. Again, just to practice building endurance in that exercise. And as we pull on the band wants to pull us back in. Again, our center of gravity is going to change. There's different tensions through the body, so it's going to impact that differently. So it may fatigue, but just do your best to keep it as active as you can and engage is what we want. Build a bit of endurance and build a bit of responsiveness so it can always be tweaking and adjusting. Because again, that's what this core section does for us, especially those deep muscles. So let's set those shoulders. Let's inhale to prepare. Belly button up and in, pelvic floor lifts. Bring that arm up as well. And as you exhale, next pull toward the chest and come back. So we're here, pulling toward the chest and coming back. If you don't have the band, you're using that towel, that's okay. Think at the back of the shoulder as if you're trying to pull the towel apart like this. And again, if you don't have either of those things, you're thinking of opening up as far as you can, getting that nice big range of motion. Good. That's the way. Good stuff. 4 more times. Go 4, control in. Don't let the tubing snap you in. 3, and when we come in here, we want tension in the middle. Let it go slack. Keep that time under tension. Good, 1 more time. Back to center. Now bring it in and release and come back. If we come into here each time, that's a break for that upper back. We want to stay at least in tension first. Plus we give a little pull and then get into the exercise. Let's set that band down just for now. Let's grab a quick drink of water. Good stuff, everybody. All right, let's get into a little bit of a rotational work here. We're going to that standing Russian twist. So feet hip width apart, slight bend in the knee. We want to inhale to prepare. Think from the waist down, we're buried in the sand. Ball in front or your dumbbell or whatever you have, water bottle, or again, just yourself. And when you think of on the exhale, rotate side to side. Then just keep the breathing going as you're rotating. And again, notice my upper body rotating, my lower body is as quiet as it can be, but it's not the arms going side to side. That's my whole upper body, side to side, side to side. Good. And so you're really trying to feel the obliques, side abdominals rotating you across. Good. Good. 2 more each side. 1 more each side. Good. Come on up. Great stuff. We're going to go second set here. That rotation, that standing Russian twist. Again, building through the obliques. So options, you could add a bit of speed if you have the form and technique down. I'd really recommend you slowing it down first to really make sure those things are fine-tuned. The hips are still, it's the upper body turning, not just the arms. And really try to acknowledge and notice the obliques. We slowed it down about a month or so ago. We really slowed it down. And everybody says, oh, I can really feel those obliques fire up. And that's what we want. Sometimes to progress or get better, go further in our progressions and how hard things get, we take a little step back sometimes. So just check in. How's the form? How's the technique? Are we activating the muscles that we want to be here for this movement? Otherwise, the body's not going to do it right. And we're going to learn it kind of the incorrect way. And it just won't be as effective as it could be. And it could possibly lead to some injuries down the road. So again, don't be afraid to go back once in a while and go lighter or go with weights or go slower or change the resistance a little bit or don't have any resistance at all and really fine tune things and check in with your form and your technique, maybe your breath work that goes with that exercise. That can make a big difference as well. Let's get ready for round 2 here. Again, feet about hip width, slight bend in the knees, inhale to prepare, ball in front. And as you exhale, start those rotations and then keep breathing. Good, as you're moving. Good, a nice controlled breath as, again, that upper body rotates side to side. It doesn't have to be a big movement. We're just thinking of taking the ball from leg to leg. And again, feel those obliques fire up. Turn and turn, turn and turn. Good. That's the way. Good. Let's go a little slower. Let's try. Slow it down. Even slower. Good. Side to side. Push. Good. Push. Keep that bracing. Remember, if you lose that core bracing, just take a moment, reset it, and then come back. Join us. Good. Cross. Good. Cross. That's the way. Good. Let's go 4 more, nice and slow. 4, 3. Maybe notice it's going down into your quads because you're stabilizing us, holding us nice and still. Let's come on up, set that ball down. Great job, everybody. Let's go back to your fat band, or if you have weights, your lighter set of weights will work for this one as well. Good. What we're going to do here with our bands and our weights, and if you don't have any of that stuff, it's okay. You still move your body. We're going to do a little bit of a swimmer. So we've done this with our buddy system, or with our, dollar in the jar, are formerly known as the Liebert buddy system, now the Liebert hit system. And we've done it with weights before as well. So we're going to try the band today. And again, you can either double up or go single, whatever you feel is going to work for you. So what we're going to do is kind of use ourselves as a bit of an anchor. So your choice, you can hold on to the band itself, or if you find you're kind of at that edge of it and you'll get enough out of the workout, you could hold it here. That's usually a little further back than we like to start, but it could work with a little pulse up and down. But I'm actually going to grab the band itself in my hands and put them kind of at that mid-thigh area. So I want my hands to kind of be at my thighs. We're going to stand nice and tall. If you want a hip hinge, you could with the tubing. It's not as necessary. If you have your hand weights are right here like this, you're going to hip hinge over slightly. And if you don't have weights, same thing. Your hands are here. You're going to hip hinge over. And then from here, we inhale to prepare. And then we push back, control in. Push back and control in. So now my thighs act as the anchor point. And again, keep in mind, back of the shoulders do fatigue quickly. So if you need to, switch to that. Obviously, the same piece and that single band. And again, you can take the intensity down, maybe work a little bit on range of motion, and making sure that shoulder's protected. Again, if you don't have the band, you're here, you hip hinge, push, and come down. If you have your weights, again, light weights here, both arms going up and down, up and lower down to work through that. Good. With the band, we don't really have to go forward as much because we're not relying on gravity for the resistance because we have the band giving us the tension. But you could, if you want to, get in there a little bit. Just be mindful of that free band pulling around on your thighs and things. Good. So again, thinking the back of the shoulder, pushing, releasing. Push and lower with control. Good. Just 4, 3, 2, one more time, and relax. Bring it down. Shake it out. Great stuff. We're going to go into some core work here with a bit more back activation, because who doesn't love more upper back and back of the shoulder activation? We need it. Most of us are rounded forward. We want to help open up that posture and give us good stability in that shoulder. I mentioned earlier, we usually get the legs involved here and there. This is one of those exercises. It looks like a leg exercise, and it is, but we're going to target the core bracing and the rotation of the obliques again, plus get that upper back. So we're really getting core and plus checked off in kind of a multi-joint movement like we do on Monday or even tomorrow in Full Body Friday. So let's set those shoulders. Let's inhale to prepare. We're going to do alternating lunges. So what I want you to do is bring the arm up. And again, give a little tension, a little pull into that band. Or the towel. If you don't have either of those, for this one, you could just even have your hands together and hold that position. Focus a little more on the rotation. You just won't get the upper back activation, but that's okay. Legs, core, and obliques will work for you. So we're here. And a pull, set the shoulders, and we'll shift to one side, lift that foot up, step into the lunge, and as you lunge, rotate across that front leg, come up, push off, work for the balance, place that foot down and shift to switch. Extend, think from the obliques, down and up, and we're still pulling into that band. We're keeping that tension, so the back of the shoulders and again, upper back are engaged the whole time. Good. Almost like a stand-up paddleboard, kind of pull and row through the water. Push off. Good. That's the way. Shift the switch. Try to really control that foot as it goes out in front. Down and up. Push off. Nice. Step it down. And again, up. Really extend. Purposeful with that foot. Down. Come on up. Push off. Good. And again, up. Extend forward. And as I lunge, rotate and I come up. That's the way. Again, feeling those obliques doing the pull. Upper back is engaged by pulling into that towel or that band or that tubing. Good stuff. Yeah, switch. And again, you're going to notice the heart rate's going to get up a little bit more here because, again, those big leg muscles are involved. Good. Work for that balance. I'm excited there. Got a wave. Down and up. Good. Up. Push again. Embrace those little challenges. Let's go one more each side. Good. That's part of core training, working through imbalances, trying to find ways to maintain it, correct it. Good. Rotate. Come on up. Push back. Place that foot down. Release. Control down. Shake it out. Excellent stuff. Let's go around 2 of those swimmers. Again, going back to that balance where I really had to fight for it. We want that sometimes. We want to be into that imbalanced state and try our best to correct it. Maybe we won't correct it every time, but if we kind of fight for it and work for it and not just flop right away, then again, we're building the skill of balance there. We're building that responsiveness, that mind-muscle feedback is getting very sharp, and we're working on those tweaks and adjustments that we need to make. I don't know if you remember Weebles. The tagline was, Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. I think they're round on the bottom and they would go down and pop back up. That's how we want us to be kind of. There's going to be wiggles and wobbles sometimes. That's life. But we want to try our best to not just automatically fall down. And fall down doesn't even mean to the ground, but fall out of that imbalanced position. We want us to fight for it, work for it a little bit. And again, that's going to build that skill up. It's a skill, balance. We learn it very quickly is good news. Bad news is we don't usually practice it quite enough. So embrace it. Embrace the challenge of it if it's weak for you and get better at it. Okay, let's go to those swimmers. Round 2 of each thing here. Same setup as before with your weights, with your bands, whatever you prefer to use for that one. Get into that setup again with the weights or just yourself. Remember, your hip hinged a little bit here. Hands are always at the thighs with whatever version you're doing. And the focus here is on the push back and then lowering with control. So the weights and your hands and the band are all pushing you back to the starting position. Gravity's pushing you with the weights and hands. The band is trying to pull me back into position. We want to resist that on the way down. So even if I'm here, gravity wants to kind of push me down. I don't want to let it fall. I'm going to lower with control, with my hands or with the dumbbells in my hands, whatever version I'm going through here. Good. And come back. Pull and come back. Good. So again, that's how we use these fat bands or tubing, exercise bands, whichever it is you're using, to our benefit. As we go through the motion, it gets harder because the band gets tighter and that band wants to snap us back. So the intensity gets harder as the further we get into a movement. With weights, it stays pretty consistent. And that elastic band wants to snap us back into place. And we want to try to not let it. We want to work against that. So it's getting a little different, what we call deceleration or eccentric contraction, kind of slowing down against the resistance. So we're getting the muscles used to that as we go through. Let's go 4 more here. 4, come back again, really think. Press, control. 3, good. 2, one more time. Back, control down, bring it in front. Great stuff. Let's double it up here. Weights down if you had those weights. Hey, Andrea, good morning. Have a great day at school with the kids. So set those shoulders again, band, towel. Even if you had like a broomstick or something, you could use that to have that kind of pull here. Borrow my daughter's broom, I'm sure she won't mind. So even something like this, if I hold here and I pull into it as if I'm trying to split it in the middle, that's going to activate the back of the shoulder. So anything like that, a broomstick, doweling, again, a towel, a sweater, something you can pull. If you have equalizers, we do this with equalizers all the time, where we hold it, try to pull the equalizer apart. So if you have your levered equalizers with you, you can even grab one of those and pull and get that isometric hold. And you could still get that lunge in and that rotation as well. So let's set those shoulders. Inhale to prepare. As you exhale, shift, step with that pull, tension in the band or the towel, rotate. Come on up, press off. Step down, shift to switch sides. Good. Step, rotate. And again, really think of those obliques, those side abdominals. On the side you're rotating, those obliques pull you across, rib to opposite hip. Bring you back up and control down. Good. And again, rotate or step, then rotate. And come on up. Nice. Push off. Work for that balance at the top. Hold. We're going to have a 1,000. Good. Down. Come on up. Push off. Good. Toe touch if you need to. Great stuff. So for me, my right leg, the balance on, is typically a little weaker. My observations for that are because I'm right side dominant. So you'd think the right would be better. But I think, oh, see, work for it. Good. What I've seen is, what I've noticed, because I'm right side dominant, that foot moves first it takes the first step. It kicks the soccer ball first. And I played a lot of soccer growing up. So my left foot has been a balanced position. It's been my balance while I swing the other leg to kick a ball, or to stabilize me while I'm taking that step forward. So that, with a little bit of an injury I have on my right side, make it a little weaker right now. But again, there's no pain. I had some treatments done. It's a lot better than it used to be. So I just have to work on the stability. Getting that core there, and just getting that foot and ankle to be sure they're fired up. Let's go one more each side. Good. And I love telling you guys stories because we get more reps in. You're welcome. Good. Step, rotate down. Come on up, push back. Step it down, slowly release. Bring that band down, set it aside. Nice work, grab that water. Shake those shoulders out a little bit. Keep yourself moving here. Great stuff, everybody. Again, work on this recovery now. Just like you just worked on the interval. We want that recovery system to be efficient and to work well for us. Not hard. Efficiently work well so we can recover quickly from one task to the next. Again, that's daily life. We're doing one thing, we're on to the next thing. One thing could be active, one thing maybe not so much. But we need the mind and the body to unwind, recover, recharge a bit so we can focus on the next thing. If we happen to be, say outside doing some gardening, say, lifting some heavy bags of whatever, mulch and dirt and things, doing some shoveling, our heart rate's going to be up a little bit. If we come right in and went right to our desk and sat and tried to work on that email that we need to send, it's going to be tough because the heart rate's going to be going. The body just went through all these movements. We need a little bit of time to recover. We don't always have the time. So if we can make the system efficient, generally between maybe the garden, my backyard's there, like the garden and the yard to your office, is time for things to recover, to recharge a little bit, to transition to lower intensity. And then it's not so uncomfortable really to sit at your chair and do the work, but we have to practice that. So that's what we do here. We go through at a higher intensity than typically what life would be. And if we can handle this intensity, then this intensity where life typically is definitely easy to do. We can be really efficient at it because we're used to being at that kind of 9 or 10 out of 10, 8, maybe 8, 9, 10 out of 10. When typically we're probably at a 5, 6, 7-ish maybe. The odd time we'll get up really super intense, but not all day. It's here and there. So we want to, again, train for more than the minimums. So the minimums are so easy. And you probably notice here, walking around, grabbing some water, we did start to cool down just a little bit. That heart rate slowed a little and the breathing rate. Now ready for the next couple exercises before we get into our stretching. So we're going to go with, I'm going to either a lightweight, if you have one, or I'm going to go with, I have a small Pilates ball. I didn't mention that in the beginning, but it's a 4-pound weighted ball. It has some sand inside. I'm going to go with that. If you don't have that, again, please go with a lightweight, very, very light here. This is about 5 pounds. My ball's about 4. I just like the grip of the ball and to have the difference here. But you could use that lightweight. But again, make sure it's light. I wouldn't go typically any heavier than 5 for now, especially as we're starting out learning this, because we want shoulder stability to be intact, to be maintained and improved on. If you go too heavy with this one, you could impact that a little bit or compromise it. So we're going to do back of the shoulder exercise here. Then we're going to work the glutes with our fat bands. I have those close by. Again, if you don't have them, it's okay. I'll give you options. So we're going to start with the ball across the body on the opposite hip of whatever hand's holding it. Feet again hip width, slight bend in the knee. Inhale to prepare. And as you exhale, think the back of that shoulder and into the upper back. Draw the ball across and up. Control down. So across and up and control down. So again, we're here. Draw across and up. Control back down. So again, the back of the shoulder pulls that arm out and lifts the ball or the small weight. Again, if you don't have any of those things, a water bottle would be just fine. At the end, that water moving here is going to create a little more instability, so that shoulder area has to react and adjust to that. Good. Control down. Nice. Lift up. control that. Or again, you can always just use yourself, go through range of motion. For a lot of people, this could be enough just on our own, because again, the upper back isn't used as much. The back of the shoulders aren't quite as strong because the front side is what we use most of the time. Good. So again, modify, work for you. If you don't have the load that works for you, just move yourself. Maybe go slower on the way down. Maybe focus on holding that range of motion at the top. Think of that muscle activation. What can I do? What muscles should I feel here? So that when those weights do come in and you get your home gym set up, or you get those fat bands or these Pilates balls, then again, you can benefit even more because those muscles are fired up. What are you going for? That's right here. Up. Good. And up. Good. 2 more this side. Up. Nice. 1 more time. Let's hold. Up, hold. And control down. Nice job. And relax. Shake that shoulder out. Switching sides here. So we'll set feet hip width apart. We can ball on the opposite side. Great stuff. And here we go. Back of that shoulder. Inhale to prepare. Exhale to lift. Control down. Good. Exhale to lift. Control down. You got it. So again, I like the ball. It has some sand in it, so it is soft. You can squeeze it a little bit, so I can work on that grip. And I'm just holding it a little differently than the weight would be. And the weight is different because it kind of stays within the palm, where a hand weight or dumbbell is out here into the sides. Good. Up, down. Nice job. Lift, lower down. Back of that shoulder doing the work to lift and to lower back to that starting position. Good. Up, down. That's the way. Up, down. Good. Up. Nice. Up. Hopefully you're more excited than she is about the workout. Good. That's the way. Up. Up. Good job. Lift. Again, think back of the shoulder. Keep that core bracing. That core is stabilizing. As we move the ball, our center of gravity shifts that way. So that core has to, again, adjust and react as we go through. Good. Great stuff. Let's go 4 more. 4, control down. Good. 3, up. Good. 2 more. Up. Good. 1 more time. Up. Control down. And relax. Great stuff. Set that ball down. Grab your band. Good stuff. So we're going to work now the glutes, kind of the back of that hip, to get that balance in there for us as we need it to be. So we can work through the glute. We're going to grab our bands again. Just there. Grab our bands. We're going to work through. Okay. If you have the band, okay, we're going to just step on it. Here, if you have, again, just tubing that's not a loop, that's okay. Do the same thing. Think of the band being in the middle of the foot, though. Make sure it stays anchored there. If you don't have the bands, I'll show you the option in just a sec. What I want you to think of here is set the shoulders, inhale to prepare, and I want you to take this leg out and back on a 45 degrees and control it in. And then switch out and back. It's going to be a little squat in between, so you can really shift over to that opposite leg. So the glute medius, the small muscle in the glute, is doing the work here. Be mindful we're not arching the back. We don't want that. That back stays strong, core braced, push, control down. If you don't have the bands, we're going to do the same thing without the resistance. So I'm here, I'm down, I'm going to take one leg, squeeze it up and back and down. Up and back, little mini squat, just so I can really shift over into that leg, focus on the glute doing the work. So again, it's not straight back or straight out, but it's in between, 45 degrees. So down, shift, and come up. It's either one. So go ahead, get yourself set up if you're not already. Join us if you're already going. You're doing good. Keep going. Set the shoulders. A little tension in the band again before we start. Down, up, down. So again, we want to control the band on the way back. Good. Up, control it in. Up, control it down. Nice. Up, and down. Up and lower down. Good. Resist that band on the way back. Wants to snap that leg in. Good. Up and back. Up. Good. Up. And control yourself on the way in. Even if you don't have the band, again, gravity's pushing that leg back in. We want to resist that. We're going to keep the reps high here because we're going to finish this off. We did higher reps with the upper body. Now we're going to do a little higher rep here, build that endurance, and that'll take us into our cool down and our stretch. So even if you needed to switch from the banded version, get rid of the bands to finish if that form's breaking down. Again, this muscle typically isn't targeted a lot. The big part of the glute is, but the smaller muscle in that area isn't. So if it's getting too tired and form's breaking down, maybe the back's arching, then again, let the band go and just body weight. Gravity again is still there. That's your resistance to build that endurance. Good. Good stuff. Up, control down. And that little squat to just facilitate shifting over so you can really lift that leg. 4 more. 4, control. Finish strong. 3, good. 2, nice. Last one, good. Tension off first. Step out carefully. Set that band to the side. And just walk it around here. Let's grab our water, have a drink. Cool down portion going into our stretch portion. Great job, everybody. Nice work. Again, Facebook, Virtual Fit. Hopefully you found us. Little glitches in StreamYard still. So we'll be sharing. I'll share the post from my Pat on Your Back page to the private group. So if you're a member, you can find me at either place. Again, we've opened things up temporarily to give people the option to get workouts in. We're in a stay-at-home order in Barrie, in Ontario, so gyms are closed again. So I want people to have the option to get moving, get fit, get active, and to learn how to do things in your own home. Maybe be a little more independent of those gyms, of that facility, when maybe you can make use of your space and of your time, get a little movement in, feel better, get into the day feeling great and being effective. So again, we've opened the platform up. Typically, these are for members only within the platform. So again, if you're a member, hopefully you found it. We'll be sharing through the page because there's a Facebook kind of glitch. And this morning, we're made our YouTube debut. So good morning, YouTube, Twitch, hello again. And again, we're on the Pat on Your Back personal fitness page and Instagram as well. So 4 platforms, 4 options for you to find what's working for you for now. Again, until we go back to that membership platform. So let's grab that water. Again, let's walk it out here. Focus on some nice deep breathing in and out. Again, work on the recovery just as much as you worked on those intervals a few moments ago. So again, make that system efficient. Make it stronger, if that makes more sense. You want the system to be stronger, just like we want the back of the body to be stronger, or those glutes to be stronger from the exercise we just did. So we want to think of it, be intentional with our recovery, with our cool down. They're there for a reason, to build those systems up to, again, make us more operationally fit. If we can recover more efficiently, we can get on to that next task better. We can perform at a high level and, again, reduce the risk of injury. So we're going to start upper body stretching like we typically do, so those legs can stay moving to help us further cool down the body. Again, trying to make the most of our time. We could just cool down and then stop and do stretches. Nothing wrong with that. Again, I'm just trying to make the most of the time, and this flow works for us. So the legs can keep moving, we can cool down further to be more safe, and again, to work out a system, because we want to be moving towards that pre-workout kind of state as far as heart rate and breathing and body temperature. Let's take both arms out to the side. We won't get all the way there in the cool down, but we want that process to be starting. And as I've mentioned here, I want you to notice that process happening, because over time it'll be faster. You'll notice it'll take you less time to maybe not be huffing and puffing, or that heart rate to start to slow down a little bit, because you get more efficient. The heart will get stronger, the muscles get stronger, the mind is used to the stress we're putting on it and the coordination that it takes to do the movements. Good. Let's take both hands and turn those thumbs down. Get a little deeper stretch into the bicep here. Great stuff. Good. Again, no pain when we stretch. We just want mild tension. Let's bring those thumbs back up. Hold here for a moment or two, just for that chest to get a little more of a stretch. And on your next exhale, let's take both hands behind us and press back. Chest and shoulders now open up. Good. Take that nice deep breath in and out. Good. Shoulder blades squeeze together. Again, we're stretching the chest by activating the upper back. So we're building further that endurance there so we can maintain, hopefully, our good, tall, neutral posture more often or for longer periods of time throughout the day. And we become aware of kind of how that posture feels. So again, we can correct when we get maybe into that slouchy, rounded posture. We can correct and sit tall. Again, we're exaggerated here because we're stretching. But that neutral posture should be where we spend most of our time. But for a lot of us, we get a little rounded. Let's exhale, come around to the front. Speaking of rounding over, let's round the upper back. Stretching out those shoulder blades, or the shoulder blade area, the upper back muscles. Into the back of the shoulder as well. Again, we do a lot of work on the back side of the body. Because again, typically the front side is stronger because we use it more. We do things in front of us all the time. We don't usually do things back here. So those front muscles get a little overdeveloped or just a little stronger than the back side. So we try to balance things out as best we can, or at least make the back side stronger, because that's going to make the front side work even better as well. If we have a better backswing when we walk, we get more power coming through, so we can maybe walk a little faster. Maybe we can run faster, take some time off our 5K, 10K paces, our marathon paces by having good, strong technique and being able to drive the arms back, and that helps us drive the arms forward. Good. Maybe we can spend a little more time in the garden before we get tired, because we can do that weeding or moving or that raking, because we've built that strength and endurance in the upper body and the upper back. So we can get a little bit more yard work done. Or wouldn't it be great if we could do the yard work and not be sore for 3 days after? Good, let's exhale. Bring it down by your side. Because those muscles are strong and used to being working, we may be a little stiff and tired because the movements maybe we haven't done since the fall. But again, we don't want to be almost laid up for a couple of days. A little stiffness, soreness, or stiffness, tiredness because it's new, but those muscles should be able to handle that demand because we train for it. Let's take one arm across, other hand to the elbow, push that elbow across, triceps, get the stretch here. Good job. Nice work. Nice big breath in and out. Good. And we're pushing that elbow in, stretching the tricep, and again, the back of that shoulder. Good. Now let's exhale and switch. Inhale to switch sides, then exhale into that push. And pushing that elbow across. Tricep, back of the shoulder gets that stretch. And we didn't work the triceps today. Specifically, we didn't target them too much, but we still want to give that full body stretch whenever we can because it's so good for us. And those triceps could be engaged with the swimmer and a couple of the other things, again, for support and stability. So we want to, again, get that full body stretch whenever we can to get that recovery process to help the body improve and get better. Good stuff. And as you exhale next, we'll slowly release those arms to our side. Great stuff. We're going to switch to lower body stretching here to finish up. If you still feel that heart rate's up a little bit and need to walk around, please do so. Take a few moments. Again, Facebook, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. The workout will be posted there right away. You can go back and skip ahead to that. Twitch, unfortunately, it doesn't post. It just goes live to the platform. So you won't have that option, but you can hop over to Facebook, search at POYBFit. Like it's the second part of my handle here on Twitch. You could jump ahead to do that, or you'll see the stretches to take you through. Hopefully soon I can post to Twitch from StreamYard as well. Let's take both legs to the side, out to the sides, and lean into one side. So again, if you need that time to walk around, please do so. Just hop on the replay after stretches, or again, just take a quick note here of what's going on. Inner thigh stretching here, building stability around this leg. Let's think the outside of this foot pushing into the floor as we're shifting to this leg to really give this inner thigh muscle a stretch kind of from both ends, a nice long stretch. Good. Tall posture. Core could be braced still for that balance, stability. Good. And let's inhale to come up, and let's exhale the opposite way. Good. Again, pushing the outside of that foot in to the mat. Good. Nice big breath in and out. I just like my hands to rest on the legs, just to relax. If you find you're pushing into the legs, maybe bring the hands up to the hips or both hands to that front leg, just that can support a little extra load. I like this leg just to be relaxed and lengthening to really get that inner thigh stretch. Okay, let's inhale to come up. Let's exhale. Bring those feet together. I'm going to go quad stretch now, so if you need something to hang on to, have that balance, feel free. Let's bring yourself up. Good. Nice big breath in and out. Hey. Good. Front of the thigh here, getting that stretch. Good stuff. Good stuff. Gymnasium, office, school. We have a school upstairs too. Different times. Next meeting. Good. Front of the thigh getting that stretch. And on your exhale, slowly release that foot down and let's switch to the opposite side. Good, getting that quad stretch. So again, times are different. You have to take all these things into account when you're going to get your workouts in, when you're going to make time. None of us have the time. We have to make the time to get them in. So hopefully it works where you can join us live here at 9 a.m. Eastern. But if it doesn't, again, they're posted in the replays. Again, free for now on Pat on Your Back Personal Fitness and Twitch. Well, Twitch, does a post. Instagram, when I go back to the membership plan only, they're in the virtual platform, but they're still always posted, so they're there for you to do on replay. Andrea mentioned this morning she couldn't make it because she's in school with her kids, so she's going to do the replay later. So you can really tailor it to your schedule, but you need to think of all these things. When are my kids in school? When am I at work? When am I in meetings? When are there some breaks in the day? Release this foot, control it down. That maybe I could get a little workout in. Maybe it's not an hour. Maybe it's 20 or 30 minutes. Maybe I can put a class on and pick and choose a few different things that I can do. Maybe a hit and sit. That's 40 minutes is a little better for me. Maybe I do a couple different things through the day. Kind of figure that out for you and what works. Good stuff. Nice long back, shoulder set. Last couple things. Let's inhale to come on up, exhale together, and let's switch. And again, that's where we'll sit it back. A coach comes in handy because we can look at your schedule. In addition to your workout goals and what you want to accomplish and exercises you really can't stand, that will make you do more of. Just kidding, we won't do that. Maybe a little. But we want to look at your schedule, look at your times, look at your week, and see where we can make space for a workout, for an activity. Maybe it's some workouts and a couple of activities here and there. A nice walk or some stretching. Let's slowly come on up and step the feet together and shake it out. Good stuff. Let's take a big deep breath in, open up. Good. Exhale, wrap it around. Good. And again, big deep breath in, open up. And exhale, wrap it around. One last time. Nice big deep breath in, open up. Reach. And exhale, wrap it around. Give yourself that well-deserved pat on your back. And that's it again. Great stuff this morning. Thanks so much for being here. Good stuff. Haley Powell, good morning. Chris T, good morning. Thanks for hopping on. Thanks everybody for hopping on. Again, if you're here on the replay, again, be sure to comment. I see the notifications. Check those comments and interact. We want that accountability built in, and again, to know who's here and taking part as well. So thanks all, whether you're here live now or on replay. Again, that's what they're there for, to make them work for you, to give you a little bit more choice and power and independence. Where at a gym, sometimes you're stuck to their schedule and what they happen to offer. Here, you can really tailor the schedule to do the things you like by having the classes available on replay. So again, more to come. A little different look to the program coming soon as well. A little teaser there for you. I'm still working out details, but looking at a way to impact even more people than we already are. That's what I want to do. I want to influence and encourage even more people and help them become operationally fit to fight the daily battles that life throws our way. So that was Core Plus. Thanks so much for being here. We're back tonight, 5:30 p.m. Eastern for HIIT and Sit. High intensity interval training followed by static isometric training. Nice stretch for 10 minutes after 30 minutes of HIIT training. Unwind tonight at 7 Eastern, where we stretch, recover the body, do some mindset training to recover the mind, relax the mind, so we get that good night's sleep and that recovery can really kick in for us at night. And then we're back tomorrow at 9 a.m. for Full Body Friday. Have a great day, everybody. Stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Remember, always make yourself the priority you deserve to be by striving to be operationally fit. Have a great day, everybody.